This is a sink cleaning video that you didn't know that you needed. It is non-toxic, easy, fast, and stay tuned into the end where I show you how to clean something that is probably causing some really bad odors that are coming from your sink and something that I don't think you might have cleaned before or even knew that you could clean. Also, if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a lot of tutorials that help with many different cleaning and organization things and tips and tricks along the way. So stay tuned for those tips and tricks also at the end of this video. If you have a sink strainer basket or plug, you want to remove that for now. Start by sprinkling baking soda all over your sink. Baking soda is one of my favorite inexpensive, non-toxic cleaning products that actually works. It's a mild abrasive and is going to make the sink cleaning process super fast, super easy, and effective. Once you've sprinkled on the baking soda, you want to put some sow suds around the sink hole as shown. If you don't have sow suds, you can use dish soap or Castile soap, but I highly recommend sow suds for all-purpose non-toxic cleaning. I'll do a video on why another time. Mix the baking soda and the detergent together with your fingers. Be sure to use gloves to protect your hands and nails. You could have made a paste, but I find this to be much faster and just as effective. Then take a cleaning brush or an old toothbrush and scrub away. This won't take long, and as you can see, it has turned the paste from white to brown because this effective mixture is actually getting up all the grime. Once you've done that, wet the abrasive side of a dish sponge with hot water and scrub away at the entire sink. You can use the same baking soda, detergent, and brush method on the faucet and handle. And don't forget the drain board. Then, when you have finished cleaning, simply wash away everything with water. If you don't have a pull-out tap, you can use a jug to wash away the cleaning mixture. It's much faster than wiping it. Next, you want to clean your sink strainer or plug. You can actually detach the sink strainer washer by pulling the pin apart to give it a deeper clean. I use the same method as the sink hole. Baking soda, sow suds, a scrubbing brush or a toothbrush, or a dish sponge. Once you've done deep cleaning your sink strainer and you've rinsed it off, you can put it all back together. And now you are good for about 6 months, or until it gets super gross again. You can also clean your faucet. The easiest way is to unscrew the aerator from the faucet spout and place it in white vinegar for 20 minutes. I have a pull-out tap, so I just put the tap in a jug of vinegar, which by the way, we'll use this vinegar later, so please keep that. But if yours doesn't pull out, you can add vinegar to a Ziploc bag and attach it with a rubber band. Once it's been 20 minutes, you can easily scrub away any grime, run some water, and then put everything back together. Once you are done cleaning your sink, you can wipe it dry with an old towel to really see how clean it all looks. You can be a little extra like me and spray down your clean sink with some rubbing alcohol if you like to disinfect it and give it that little extra shine. Now, I'm going to show you how to effectively unclog your drain and remove sink odors the non-toxic way without any drainer or harsh chemicals. If you have 2 basins, you want to close up one of the holes. Then, you want to pour boiling water into the hole of the open basin. This will loosen up the residue. Wipe dry and then pour about a cup of baking soda into the hole. Make sure you push the baking soda so that it goes all the way down and doesn't just sit over the hole. Then get a rag ready and a cup of vinegar. Yes, mixing vinegar and baking soda together is actually pointless for cleaning because it just makes salty water. However, here we are not doing this for cleaning properties. The chemical reaction of the vinegar and the baking soda creates a foaming reaction due to the release of carbon dioxide that lifts up the grime and helps dislodge the debris, which in turn helps unclog your sink. It also has odor neutralizing properties. The key is to pour the vinegar down the drain bit by bit, making sure to cover the drain with a rag so that the chemical reaction is pushing everything down and it's not fizzling everything back up to the top. Here is an example of what happens if you don't cover the drain with a rag as you go. The reaction just makes its way up into the sink basin and not into the pipes as needed. Now finish off by pouring boiling water into the sink. You can repeat this process in the other basin if needed. So, how to keep your sink clean? One of my methods for having a clean home is to keep what you need to clean in the location you are going to use it. This removes a level of friction between what you need to do and how accessible it is to do it. I placed a sponge caddy on the cabinet door underneath my sink for the sponge and brush I use to clean. I also like to use a drying mat for my dishes because it is easier to wash than a dish rack that builds up with residue. It's also not an eyesore and super easy to put away when you aren't using it. Now for the cleaning part of this video that I promised at the beginning. You are going to want to put a towel down underneath your sink for this and then a bucket under the piping for any spillage. Sinks will either have a curved pipe known as a P-trap or in my case a bottle trap underneath the sink. This stops sewer gases from re-entering and stops larger debris from going further down into the pipes. If your sink seems clogged or there is a bad odor, you can unscrew this part to check for debris and buildup. Thankfully, there wasn't anything in mine, but if there is, just empty it, clean it, and then screw it back on. The next part of the sink you might not have known you can remove and clean is called the sink strainer or the sink strainer flange. You can actually unscrew this to get to a part of the sink that can gather some pretty gross and smelly buildup. My screwdriver wasn't wide enough, so I just used the handle of an old spoon. As you can see, it's pretty gross, but super easy to clean. Just wipe away the grime with a disposable paper towel. Rinse any excess, clean the strainer, the rubber gasket, and the screw. Then put it all back together. Here's what the parts look like under the sink once you've unscrewed the strainer, so that you can see why it's necessary to put down a bucket and a towel. And just like that, your sink is shiny and clean, disinfected, unclogged, and all odors have been removed. So that's the easy, non-toxic way to clean your sink. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. I hope you found this tutorial useful and easy to understand. Don't forget to subscribe or follow me on Instagram at Sally Sarah Clark. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next cleaning video. Please leave them in if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below.